I do come from a military family in Sweden. In the early days, I did competition rifle shooting, and I also was interested very much so in the technical part of it. After graduating from high school, I went into the Navy. I stayed there for a couple of years only. I left the Navy and went to study engineering instead.
My father, George Kellgren, he was like any other father, but on the weekends, instead of reading the newspaper or watching TV, he'd go upstairs and do gun design. We kind of grew up with the entire process, if you will, as children, just kind of seeing the design, how he test fire stuff. He used to shoot in the woods out there, test firing pistols with Grendel and then with Kel-Tec later on. So it's been something that I grew up with my whole life.
Growing up, he was always working. So as a child, you don't really see him as he always goes to work and they would come home and then, oh, Dad's home and all that great stuff. But working with him, you actually get to see what he does and really understand the true genius behind what he does. And getting into conversations with him that are just over my head, I don't even really understand the way he thinks, but it's impressive and it's an honor to work with him, to be honest with you.
I ended up down in Miami. This was in 1979 to licensed manufacturer of a particular firearm. That turned into Intratec after a few years. Shortly after that, I sold out my half and went up to Cocoa, Florida and started Grendel Incorporated. And then we did the SRT rifle, which was a folding stock rifle on a Seiko A2 action, which that was quite successful. And but unfortunately, Seiko, they stopped making the A2 action about that time too. So shortly after that, I started Kel-Tec in a different location, still in Cocoa though. And we started making the P11 pistol, which was a concealed carry handgun with a 10-round magazine. And that went very well because we were more or less ready to ship and nobody else was prepared for that. So we actually sold a bunch of those. And that's basically how Kel-Tec started.
To watch this entire episode on Outdoor Channel, contact your TV provider today.